Welcome to Fred Achando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and I will not be tired of saying thank you for the continued support that you've rendered to this channel. If you are watching us for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to kindly request you to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. My channel is still young and it is still growing, and you are the people who have made me reach where I am. Kindly don't forget to like our videos and share them. I want to emphasize here, ladies and gentlemen, very kindly, that the importance of liking our videos is that whenever a video gets many likes, YouTube will recommend it for very many viewers, and therefore the rating is also very high. Now, the story that I want to do is one that has touched my heart, and I just want to avoid being emotional about it. Because on 9th of August, just 3 months, is it 2 or 3 months, Kenyans woke up very early in the morning to go and vote their leaders. Because under the constitution, our leaders, we exercise representation. We elect those who will represent us. And so some of us woke up as early as 3 in the morning, Satisa, with jubilation, with elated hearts, with a lot of hopes and optimism that we were going to change this country. So, ladies and gentlemen, the members of parliament that you woke up very early in the morning to go and vote, into the offices, that is the Senate and the National Assembly, did something that to me I find very ridiculous and unacceptable. They have summoned the chairperson of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Madam Lynn Mengich, and they have a big issue, a bone to chew with her. They are not calling Madam Ngetich to look into the problems that have bedeviled of this country. Just looking at something good, something I want to refer to. Now, I just wanted you to understand, for those who don't know, the function of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Just in brief, it is summarized that the function of the commission is to inquire into and advise on the salaries and remuneration to be paid out of public funds. And here, public is you and I, the taxpayers' money. This is the body that will look at how our money is used to pay public officers. Not only that, that it keeps under review all matters relating to the salaries and remuneration of public officers, ladies and gentlemen. And so there's a lot of drought that is ravaging the country. You've seen Kenyans lining up begging for food. Unemployment rate has gone higher. The other day I saw a tweet by Patrick Lumumba asking Kenyans to donate food for their fellow Kenyans. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have not heard your members of parliament, convening an urgent meeting to discuss drought and hunger and how we can get a remedy of this. The reason why they summoned Madam Lynn Mengich is that the Salaries and Remuneration Commission has reduced their local and foreign travel allowance. I want to repeat that again, ladies, that the committee reduced the local and foreign travel allowances that our members of parliament, including the speakers and the deputy speakers and the clerks of the National Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, have got packages whenever they travel. Those who are working in offices know what we call the per diem. The amount of money that you are paid every time a company or a government or an office sends you for a duty outside your office. And this was done in August, a day before Parliament went on permanent recess, a day before the campaign started so that we could go for the general election, the committee looked at the financial situation, the fiscal situation in the country, and they decided that for the sake of everything, for the sake of the common man, we want to reduce not the salaries, they still have their package, but the allowances that they pocket whenever they go for duties. And let me tell you something, it is a common practice in every country, even if you go to the US, Tanzania, UK, the members of parliament are allowed, they are allocated some packages whenever they go out. They could want to go out and look at how something is done. Maybe we want to build our stadium in Kenya, and they go and find out how is Old Trafford or the Emirates. They just want to look at the Stamford Bridge. What are the mechanisms and how was it done? So a sports minister, in this case maybe Ababu Namwamba, would want to go with some members to check how things are done. And you know that they have to go, we have to pay for their accommodation, luncheon, entertainment, all that. It's very normal, ladies and gentlemen. And this is taxpayers' money and we elected them. But in a case where the committee, under the patronage of Madam Lynn Mengich, decided to reduce, not to erase completely, ladies and gentlemen, to reduce their salaries, they have protested, because after the committee sat down and reviewed their allowances, there was a notice, you will always allow me to refer, there was a notice that was tabled on 6th June. And this was to notify the Parliamentary Service Commission that here we have reduced this amount. And I just want to give you an example of how it was reduced, because you may be thinking that they are now taking 5,000 and you are asking what will 5,000 do. A good example is when our parliamentarians traveled to the USA, the United States of America, apparently they were getting 143,999. That is about 144,000 per diem. That is per day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, after a review, the Salaries and Remuneration Commission reduced it to 79,000 Kenyan shillings per day. And they have the reasons why they did so. To the UK, United Kingdom, or England, it has been reduced from 131,000 to 92,000. So it is not like everything has been scrapped off. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole plot, and why I said I want to avoid being emotional, but I think I raised my voice and I have a right to be emotional here. The reason why I'm mad and why this makes me mad is this. I started by indicating that we woke up very early in the morning after they had campaigned, because the whole thing is that they want to better our lives. They have to go there and legislate on matters that affect us directly. I have never seen a report of members of parliament or committees summoning anyone to explain what is going to be done on the hunger situation. There are videos going viral of members of Kieni constituency lining up to get food. The other day I saw an elderly mother saying that hunger, the pangs of hunger, has ravaged her children so much that what she does as a remedy is that she takes some alcohol and gives to the children so that when they are drunk, they forget, at least it alleviates the pangs of hunger. I mean, and that was not a youth. If a youth was doing that, some youth will say that a politician is playing politics. That is an elderly mother. With all this, with the news that animals are dying and our rivers are drying, ladies and gentlemen, our members of parliament have not summoned, have not sat down as a special case to just try and deliberate on the situation, on how to help Kenyans. I don't know whether you are getting where I'm coming from. So they have summoned Madam Lynn to appear before them on Thursday. And while debating this, they said that they are going to annul that gazette notice, that it's not going to stand grounds. And they are saying that it was not brought to their attention, it should have been consultative. And I want to agree, we must do things in a systematic manner. But let me ask you, do you think that if the Salaries and Remuneration Commission team would have come to consult with them and tell them that here we are, we want to reduce your salary, would they have agreed, ladies and gentlemen? The answer is no. And let me tell you something. I always tell you that in Kenya we only have two tribes. We have one nation with two tribes, and the tribes are the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. And the haves here, all the rich, I refer to the members of parliament. So why am I very particular about the members of parliament? These are the people who always want us to believe that they are enemies. When you see Kimani Ichung'wah and the member of Kikuyu, and you see Junet Mohammed, the member of Suna East, arguing and they want to go for each other, you may think that these are enemies. Let them start debating allowances that have been reduced. Any coin, just a penny like this, taken from their pocket. I'm telling you, they will gang up together, and that is the time you will realize that these people are actually friends. If I'm lying, you have the records, ladies and gentlemen. I remember sometimes back when the then majority leader, Eden Duale, were fighting with some members of the ODM. And so the then chairman of the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Madam Chesire, is she called Madam, I'm forgetting the name, decided to reduce their salary. Madam Sarah Serem, I got it, decided to reduce their salary. I saw a group coming together, Eden Duale with the members of the ODM, and they were together. They threatened even to to just abandon that committee. They threatened to throw away, to take some rights from them. This is my point. I want someone to convince me that the members of parliament have convened an urgent meeting, a very imperative meeting, to discuss what we are going through, the hunger situation. Not just discussing it for the records that, you know, giving remedy. I want them to donate just 10,000 Kenya shillings and ask other Kenyans to give some more into that basket. Then I will understand that these are the real members whom we woke up very early in the morning to go and give the mandate to deliberate on our behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you know there are people in Kenya today who are going without even 1 meal in a day? Yet someone is complaining just because some little cash has been taken away from them. Now, our members of parliament travel across the country, just going to Mombasa, Kilifi, do you know what they are given per day? The per diem, when a member of parliament just goes to Mombasa, he or she is given 18,200 Kenyan shillings, ladies and gentlemen, per day. So if they go and spend even 5 days, you can calculate and understand what this means. The motive of my analysis today is, number one, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, don't be fooled that the members of parliament are enemies. Don't go out there and start stoning your fellow Kenyan because she belongs to another political affiliation. Kwa sababu ako mrengo mwingine, wewe ni wa ODM na yeye ni wa UDA, mnapigana. Don't ever stone a Ruto supporter because you are a Raila supporter. Because by then, if you do that, you will be, for lack of a better term, you will be a fool. The members of parliament will throw chairs at each other inside parliament, will attack each other, but when it comes to their interests, ladies and gentlemen, interests that do not concern you, they will unite together. When it comes to matters that you are concerned about, when you are going hungry, the members of parliament will not convene a meeting to discuss that. And I want to call upon Kenyans, you and I included because I'm a Kenyan, to have a changed attitude so that we can start looking at life, especially politically, in another angle. So that next time you will not go to the streets to kill your fellow Kenyan. And I want us to call upon these parliamentarians to be civil enough to discuss the hunger situation in Kenya, to give a remedy, because we voted for them very early in the morning, not to summon Madam Ngetich to go and explain why their allowances, huge allowances, have been reduced, ladies and gentlemen. Let me say this with a very low tone. Am I becoming petty? Sometimes you can sit down and have a view of something, look at something in a perspective that maybe is not right. Do you think I'm right? Are there Kenyans reading from the same page as I? And I want to clarify, our members of parliament are doing a good job. But on this, they are totally wrong. I want to be spot on. The situation in the country dictates that even if they were, good enough, they would have even forfeited just a 1 month salary so that it can help Kenyans who are dying of hunger. Brothers and sisters, the analysis of today is not one that is sensational, that will tell you how Ruto was somewhere and Raila was somewhere. This is to try and tickle you a bit, tickle your mind. Do you think we should start, something like, do you think we should start something, hashtag reduce salary, hashtag stop harassing Madam Ngetich, hashtag let us reason together? My point is very simple without being repetitive. Can we call upon our members of parliament? Can you call upon your member of parliament whom you voted in to wake up from the slumber, to stop burying their heads in the sand? We understand that they need money and they need their allowances. But this is not the time to call and scrap, because they have said they are going to nullify that gazette notice that gazetted their money being reduced. Can they talk about serious matters? When the time comes when the economy has improved, then they can add themselves allowances, because the money that they're being paid is a taxpayer's money. I want to hear from you, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section, whether I'm reading too much, whether I'm becoming too emotional, whether I'm being petty. Or are there Kenyans who feel that on this, we are reading from the same page?